Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. I'm Amanda,
And I'm Emily.
and today we are playing The Remainder, Act 1.
Yes, we got an early access code for this.
Yes, this is the debut game from Square Weasel Studios. They were very kind enough to reach out to us about this, so thank you very much. And let's just go ahead and get started.
Yes. Okay. Now, this is going to be available on Steam, so you will be able to
In
play
June,
this as well. Yes, in June.
later in June.
Okay. How to play. Click anywhere on the screen to progress with the story. Choices you make along the way will determine your fate. If you missed something, you can read it again in the history. Once you discover a letter or journal entry, you can find it in the gallery. Okay. Oh, this is a good thing to include. The story will include descriptions of violence, death, and suicide, as well as mentions of mind-altering substances and activities. It's recommended for a mature audience.
Okay, that's a good trigger warning.
Ooh. Act 1.
Oh, yes, there are 3 acts I saw.
Waves crash in the distance. Cicadas chirp. Oh, that's relatable with cicada season here in DC. Cicadas chirp. A breeze caresses our hair. The sun warms our skin. All is well. We're sitting on a rug laid on the grass, hands linked together. Our singing voices float up in unison. Oh. My chest vibrates. I can feel the air in our bodies move as one. The space between us hums with power. I close my eyes and smile, savoring the feeling. My dream is coming true, just a little longer. Their singing falters, and I peer at them curiously, trying to hide my annoyance. Why did you stop? So first it was... Oh, okay. The other person stopped singing. They squeeze my hand with a smile and shake their head. Their skin is cold and clammy. Huh?
Typo.
Oh, typo.
Sorry.
Clammy. Huh? What has gotten into you? I ask. They gesture at the sky with an outstretched hand. I look up. The sun has ducked behind a cloud. Drops of wetness fall, softly patting the ground. You don't see it yet, do you? I frown, still peering up. What do you mean? When I lower my gaze, they're not there.
I just want to point out something about the artwork.
Mm-hmm.
The way the tree looks, oh, I'm sorry, we're not at the tree anymore, but the way the tree looked, it looked a tiny bit like a Tolkien-esque kind of Lord of the Rings tree, but the waves looked a bit like Wind Waker.
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so sorry, that's just what I wanted to say.
Pressing my lips together, I stand up and search around me. Where did you go? It's pouring now. The cicadas are silent. Wind rips at my clothes. I look at my hands. Thick, warm, red. A sweet scent fills my nostrils. I venture a lick. Metallic, greasy, period blood. I'm sorry.
Are we assuming genders here?
No, we are not. I just was saying. I mean, the person they were with was clearly a they, so I just yeah. What in Laura's name is happening? Darkness falls quickly. Soon I can barely make out the silhouette of my hands. A sense of urgency grips me. I run to the tower and throw open the doors, shouting, "Where are you?" Empty halls stretch before me, echoing my question. In the far end, a figure is walking away into the dark. "Hey, wait!" Shouting, I run after them, feet pounding upon the sticky, wet stones, echoing loudly. Squelch, squelch, squelch.
Why are the stones wet?
Well, it's raining.
Oh, okay. Also, while you're looking at the menu, I want to say again, the staircase reminds me of the Tans de Vampire staircase when they're singing, Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'll stop making references. Go ahead. Which is a good thing. I want to say that everything I'm making is a compliment, I want to say so far.
I said wait! What was their name again? Arg, why can't I remember? Why are you surprised? What? My, look at you, the voice chuckles, falling short where it counts again. I ignore it and keep running. Sink the name. I'll know them when I find them. I grab the slippery doorknob and barge into the room. Nothing. Another door. Nothing. I run my hands over my hair, fingers digging into my scalp. What the... I recoil when I realize the sticky stuff is smeared all over. I wipe it on my clothes, but it won't come off. Sink this, I curse, clench my teeth and storm through yet another door. Look at the poor great Magus, all alone in their tall stone prison. Shut up! My voice echoes back as I stand in an empty room. Hot breaths rasp in my throat. Why was I running so hard? Why am I so tired? Why was I struggling? My legs tremble and I sink to my knees. It's all right. Everything is fine. Whatever it was, it doesn't matter now. Eyelids heavy, comforting numbness envelops me. I close my eyes and crumble to the floor, just for a moment. Everything's fine. Ooh. The sea in every direction, endless. A diamond dusting of moonlight across the surface above me. I look down into the depth, a pressure against my chest as the darkness stirs. A star, then two, then a constellation glitters into life. They approach. The darkness was not the bottomless sea, but the body of an enormous fish. Its silhouette filling my entire view. A gaping mouth splits open from horizon to horizon, a deeper black within, approaching. Buzzing. The progenitor hag, Sruthril, comes for me. I should be afraid. Her mouth, now all-encompassing, blots out the last remainder of feeble illumination around me. I should be afraid. Why am I not? The mouth shuts with a distant clang, a flash of lightning across the eyelid sky. Well!
I do like the description, though, a lot better than Entschuldigung.
Yeah. Hey, wake up. Wake up. Come on, wake up! Prickling light in the comforting darkness. A rumbling rises and falls in an anti-music rhythm. Calm coolness gives way to crushing heat. A blanket of boulder smothers me. Hey, you alright? Do you hear me? My eyes struggle open to a face. Ugh. No, go away. Someone grips my shoulders and squeezes. Still a bit out of it, eh? That metallic and greasy buzzing sound crescendos in my mouth, tastes of iron. A hand is laid upon my forehead.
One quick thing, I'm sorry, it got really loud
Yeah,
there?
it did get loud. I think that's the sound effects. 1 second. I open my eyes again. It's easier this time. But the rest of my body is still heavy as stones. I can't budge a hair. Feverish, but no obvious wounds. You'll be fine, I dare say. Their brows furrow deeper. Stay still and listen to me carefully. Your spell had gone very, very wrong. It's going to kill us, and I haven't got much time to fix it. After a pause, they pat my hand, as if an afterthought. What are you talking about? What spell? I work my stiff tongue. Don't worry about that. Just stay put. I'll deal with it. I turn and stride off. Hey, wait, what's A hoarseness burns my throat and I wheeze. I peer around, trying to get a hold of my surroundings. I must be dizzy still. Everything's spinning. Why are the books flying? I squeeze my eyes shut again. This is not happening. I'll wake up soon. Sounds trickle in, rustling, clinking, a storm raging outside, a guttural buzzing. How can I sleep like this? Annoyed, I drag myself sluggishly to my feet. An urge to gag rises. Rubbing my throbbing temples, tasting a foulness in my mouth, I force down the bile. Ugh.
Ew.
What did I do last night? Sounds like a hangover story. Ooh. That incessant buzzing. I rub my eyes again to clear them and look for the source of the sound. As I catch the sight of it, a cold terror creeps up my spine. A pulsing, churning thing is suspended in the air, like space is swallowing itself.
Black hole.
Aha!
Maybe.
Waves of moist, brilliant heat spew from it. Moist and spew. Two very gross words.
Like ointment.
Like ointment. The transparency, the symmetry, the stench, the singing. Breath catching in my throat. I freeze. What in Laura's name is that? Shapes huddle beneath the grotesque thing in the air. As I step around to get a better look, they resolve into figures, midnight silent and still as bones. The white-haired person who woke me earlier stands still. Another person is curled up on the floor, their face a mask of anguish. The emblem of a high magus hangs around their neck. The image of an eel coils around their arm. Why do I know these symbols? Whitehair's hands are raised in a peculiar gesture toward the vortex looming overhead. Hey, I whimper. What are you doing? What is that thing? It looks like they are frozen in place. Hello? I ask again. No movement. I bump into something and look to see a couch. Beside it, there's a table on which cups lay about like drunkards. Inkwell, quills, and crumbled papers are strewn across the table and the stones beneath. A few bottles are still dripping from the mouths. Dark red spots splatter across the floor. A crash from somewhere else in the cavernous chamber pierces the silence, jolting me. I duck behind the couch, heart pounding fast. There comes a bang, sound of glass shattering, shouting. A cacophony reverberates painfully from the walls around me. I clutch my ears. Are there people fighting here? Please let me wake up already. This is not funny anymore. As abruptly as they came, the sounds die down. Is it over? Clamping eyes shut, I try to block out the buzzing, praying, let this be over soon. Let this be over soon. Let this... How did you get there? I nearly jump at the voice. The white-haired person is back, slumped next to the couch, head lolled, a hand to their shoulder, breath shallow. What? I just saw you over there. I turn and see the same person, still in the spot under the vortex, and my mouth hangs open. Why are there two of you? They're twins. We know that.
Yep.
I turn back to ask and see something.
That's not the case.
Huh? No. Well.
No. Time warp.
I turn back to ask and see something drip from them. The glistening fluid shimmers and vanishes after it hits the floor. Are you melting? I back away a step. I heard shouting. Is there someone else here? They try to speak, but wince instead, eyes closed, throat bobbing, spitting out something black and then resting their head back. They flash a sly grin and whisper. Yes, but now it wishes it never said Violent coughing interrupts them. More fluid drips down and evaporates. I wrinkle my nose. I don't see. What in the depth is going on here? What does it look like? They say. I glance around the room with a scowl, taking care to avoid the floating thing. Like the end of the world? Another wince. They lift a finger and point. What about that? Do you recognize it? I realize they mean the vortex and avert my eyes. No, Davarna, no. Absolutely not. Should I? I can't resist a shudder. They grimace. Sink me. Not even that? Your handiwork? Excuse me? I scoff. You heard me. That thing's here because of you. The abyss Davara, a door to the last place you'd ever want to be. Make no mistake. Their eyes widen with fear and their mouth curls in disgust. Curiosity rising, I push myself upright and study the scene again. Nope, I think I would remember doing something like that. The unmoving figures catch my sight. You still didn't tell me why there are two of you, or who that other person is on the floor. They gesture at the prone figure. Bit slow on the uptake, aren't we? That's you, the one who caused all this. A great magus, farseer, savior of the Daran Square, prodigy of the age, so on and so forth. They're looking directly at me now. Tell me you remember at least your name. My name?
Cool.
Do we want to say Vin? Just leave it like that? Or...
Yeah, might as well. It's like Link, I guess.
He come to
since
town.
we already made the...
He come to save. Okay, we'll leave it like
that. Weird Al fans out there.
Yeah. The words tickle at the inside of my mouth, of my head. Magus, Vin. They say weakly. Not to slight a dire situation, but it is somewhat amusing to see yourself like this, no? Amused? Try skeptical. Even if I believe you, that I'm this Vin character, that still doesn't explain who's lying on the floor there. The stranger shakes their head and chuckles, then tilts their head limply toward an ornate mirror, meandering through the air nearby. Easier if you go see yourself. I roll my eyes, step to the mirror, and pull off its velvet cover. Show me how I look? I'd rather keep it vague.
I guess this is... I don't know. I kind of want to see what we look like, because so far I'm getting the impression that we're not being specific about who we are in terms of our gender identity.
Yeah,
so
I do like that. It makes it more...
Or this character's gender identity either, which I do. Like, yeah, I like that. I like that.
It makes it relatable, like more easier for the player, I think, to get into the role.
Put themselves in its shoe. Yeah. But I kind of want to see what we look like.
I do too. Let's show me how I look. Is this me? Oh, it's got the eel. Oh. So yeah, this has to be them.
Oh, I think. Oh no, wait. I think it's just. I think this is where we decide if we're like a girl or a boy, maybe. Because like in Fable, it's like, oh, I mean, I like the way she looks.
Well, we don't know what this person's
gender identity is, but yeah.
But it's got the eel. It's got the thing. This is the person they described earlier on the floor. It looks like.
Okay.
Do you not want it to be you?
No, I like it.
Okay. What I see leaves me stunned. The figure in the mirror is the spitting image of the person on the floor. I turn to look with wide eyes, then back at the mirror again. Every last detail, down to the small pieces of metal embedded in my skin, which I'm only now noticing. It's all identical. Then, just for a breath, the eel on my arm seems to wriggle, but I blink and it's still again. I feel lightheaded. This is not right. But how? How am I in two places at once? I turn to the figure next to me. Are we dead? Is this the afterlife? And why do you know things when I don't? How is this fair? And just who are you? They laugh soundlessly. This is too rich. You don't remember my name either? You're...
Ooh, wait, they said this. It's Pokemon. What's my grandson's name again?
Alright.
Hold on, they said what his name is in Steam. Maybe we should put the name in the Steam. It's like Eiler or something.
Oh, they said it in Steam?
Yeah, in the Steam description.
Oh.
I-L-E-R.
I-L-E-R?
Hold on, let me just double check it. Because we might as well just go, canon. At least in terms of this. Give me 1 second. Now, be polite. Hold on, it's loading for me. I'm sorry, but this is just like Pokemon. What's my grandson's name again?
Can we please call him Professor Oak? I want to call him Professor Oak now.
Hold on. Here I am. Ilar. I-L-A-R.
Okay. I-L-A-R. They glance at me, eyes wide, but then slump lower. I guess there's still hope for you. What else do you remember of me? That's actually your name? Why don't I know anything else about you? An itch gnaws at the inside of my skull. How should I say this? Eyes closed and lips parted. Their voices barely whisper now. The name's Ilar, your partner. Don't know what you did. Found you like this. They push out the words with effort.
Oh, maybe if we actually put in like name like Dick or something, he would have corrected us, you know?
I don't know.
I don't know. That would have been cool.
I lean closer to listen. A ritual must have gone astray and set loose the Abyss Devara, stripping away your memories. I did what I could. You'd be gone otherwise. They're silent for a long stretch. I nudge them. Are you still with me? Are you still melting? They open their eyes again and struggle to lift a hand and point toward the other side of the room, but it flops to the floor. Sink me. They're getting so quiet I have to put my ear next to their mouth to hear them. Warm breath tickles me. Blood rushes in my ears. Your desk. Look in your journal. Find the spell. Circular gate. Black powder. Mantra. Only one way to save. No time. Go. Quick. They slump to the floor. Holding my breath, I wait. Heartbeat like a hammer in my skull. Thump. Thump. The buzzing fills the would-be silence in between. Resonance of torment. I drive a thumb into my temple, crushing one pain with another. A futile effort. Hey, are you alive? I reach a hand to their shoulder. My hand passes through them. I pull away in shock and watch open-mouthed as Ilar's body melts into sticky, transparent strands. A few breaths later, they're no more than a shimmering puddle. Tumbling back, I land on my butt and scream. I throw my hands over my mouth and clamp tight, hoping that I wasn't loud enough to draw attention, staring at the spot where Ilar had been. By the depth. I relax my hands and mutter once my heart slowed down to a less painful pace. Realizing that a few glowing strands still cling to my fingers, I shake them off in a panic. My skin crawls. Devarna, what do I do now? Find and cast a spell? Are they mad? I don't even know what a spell is. And what happened to them? Are they dead now? Davis, what do I do? Investigate. Search the rest of the room. Get as far away from here as I can.
All right. Well,
I think we should investigate.
Investigate? You're sure?
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, I know that BioShock, the whole theme of BioShock was, don't just trust the guidance of the game. But part of me is like, well, at this point, we're kind of fucked, so I would search the room for the desk and journal. But I wonder if just investigating our surroundings would lead to that anyway.
Okay.
But it's up to you. You're the one playing.
I can't just move about. It's too risky. Maybe I can find some clues as to what happened here. Crouching and stepping lightly, I scrutinize my surroundings, unsure what to look for. My foot crunches on something soft, a piece of parchment, damp and crumbled. There's writing. Could I learn something about this place? I tease it open and read. What is this nonsense? I scratch my head and wonder if I'm wasting my time. I'm not sorry, I'm not sorry, I'm not sorry.
Okay, cool.
Do we want to investigate more thoroughly?
Yeah.
Or do we want to look
more,
search for the desk and journal?
I think I don't know, there's usually like a rule of 3, so let's do once more and then let's look for the desk and journal, I think.
Okay. There must be dozens of pieces of paper like the first one scattered here. Maybe I can try those? Taking a few steps, I reach out to another piece. A deafening rumble shakes my body, and before I can turn to see, a stream of moist heat smashes into me along with a shower of debris, sending me flying. The air is knocked from my lungs. The room spins.
Shit.
I clutch blindly for support as I tumble through the air and begin to crash downward.
Shit.
My heart is pumping out of my throat as I wait for a terrible crunch of bone on stone, but my left arm shoots out on its own and catches the floor. Then, In one silky motion, my wrist, then elbow, then shoulder smoothly brace into stony surface, setting my body into a roll instead of a splatter. With my arms around my head, I roll over and over, finally coming to a stop. I lie a while panting, feeling my body, amazed that nothing smashed into bits except for a ringing head, bruised arms. What in the depth happened, and how did I do that? I raise my bruised head and see that I've been flung several meters away from the abyss Duvara. It quivers and sucks in the surrounding debris, falls silent for a breath, then blows out another wave of energy. I scramble up and run as fast as my feet can carry me. Withering heat licks the back of my neck, specks pelt me. I nearly slip, righting myself just in time to stay upright. The rumble reaches a peak. I shut my eyes, focusing only on the pounding of feet on stone. Then it was gone. The heat, the debris, the vibration. I stopped just in time to avoid ramming into an oversized desk, panting, tasting blood in my mouth. When I look, the abyss Devara has returned to its previous state of quiet menace. Elbows on the desk, I drop my head and breathe out in relief. That could have ended differently.
Yeah.
Veen. I hear a faint whisper, so quiet that it's barely distinguishable from the sound of the rain. Did I imagine it? There it is again. Is it coming from the desk? The massive drift oak desk, I realize as I glance around, is the only one in this room. It could be my desk.
Cool.
I examine now as if seeing it for the first time. What a disgrace! Save for a heavy book squarely set on the center, aligned with the edges, everything else, papers, scrolls, measuring tools, writing instruments, all are scattered about carelessly. I file a mental note to put it in order when this is all finished. Observing the book, I notice the precisely spaced stitch marks along the spine, evenly placed rivets, meticulously inscribed Veen in the leather. My jittery breath steadies. My head clears somewhat. This must be the journal. If I can find the spell, I can save myself. I flip open the journal.